Okay, so yep, still alive. Not done one of these for a while, but considering it's the eve, well, this will go out on the eve of Kettering's first home game. I thought I'd put something out. So yeah, been quiet over the summer. I think it's one of those where I've always got an opinion, but not everyone wants to hear my opinion at certain times, and sometimes they can be can cause more trouble than they're worth. So I just thought I'd just keep my gob shut for a bit. South Bend, we had our first South Bend season. Bit strange, didn't get to see any of the games live. Obviously, due to COVID, we weren't allowed to get out there, so that was strange and a bit awkward. And we felt a little bit distant from the team, only really communicating over electronic form. But they did well, did really well in difficult circumstances. So we were pleased with that, and I think September that will kick off again. So we're starting to move forward with that. So that was decent from a summer point of view. Kettering over the summer, I'm gonna do a little bit in this about some of the things that have gone on and changed, and some of the things that people may or may not be aware of that we've done to get the ground ready for this season, and not as much as we'd hoped to have done, purely because of COVID and funds and things like that. It shouldn't come to any surprise to anybody that we lost money last year. We'll know. I think the accounts guys are going through this stuff at the moment, so we've got to do our year end. But we lost a substantial amount, which is the first time we've lost money in the last 3 years. We've been break even or just slightly above for the last 3 years, and David and Neil have done a fantastic job, as have all the directors really, of making sure that the club was as sustainable as possible. But it was just impossible to achieve that this year. Because of some of the committed projects that had to be done, and B, just the general running costs and costs that were associated with putting a squad out during a time of COVID. So good thing about that, there's no trade debtors, so we're not in debt to anybody. But obviously, as a company, we'll be reporting a loss, which is I wouldn't even say disappointing. To be fair, it's just one of those things. I don't think anybody has come through COVID unscathed or in a better position than they went into it. I think most people know my views on it. The way the funding was dished out was that a lot of clubs that have been very, very well run have been penalised really, because they had cash in the bank. So clubs that have been poorly run and were massively overdrawn got bailed out, and the clubs that were that had been very prudent for many years and built up a little bit of a buffer, were told to just dig in and dig their own funds out. We're not one of those, and we're not one of the others. So we're pretty much on the cusp. We haven't got to the stage yet where we're running with a positive balance throughout the year and end of year. We're close to it. That was we are sustainable, so we weren't losing money, but there was no, we weren't starting to build up a big arsenal. So we sat in the middle there. Really, weren't in massive debt, but we also weren't sit on a a whack, a big wad of fibres that we could just burn through. So I do feel for some of the clubs. And obviously all the clubs talk. So especially over COVID, I think the clubs have got closer and understand more about how everyone works and what their financial positions are. So I do feel for some of them, but that's it. We're as back to normal as I think we're going to be. COVID's still going to have an impact. I don't think it'll have as big an impact as it has done on the last two seasons, but I still think there might be games postponed or games moved because of squads coming down with COVID, and hopefully that will be done the right way and not just because the star striker and a couple of other players have got injuries. But that's for the league to deal with. So yeah, a few bits coming up. Hope you enjoy it. These will become regular again now. We've got something to talk about, and the chairman is taking the shackles off. That's not true, to be fair. He doesn't actually shackle me, but as I said, some of the things that I can say can be controversial and maybe not the right time for things to be said. So anyway, enjoy it. Okay, so one of the biggest changes, I guess, that you won't have have seen, because it's all underground. But we've had some power upgrades to Latimer Park. So I'm just going to flip this round. Those of you that will remember, we had a converter that was up in the air. It was up on like 2 poles. So that's actually come out now. Western Power have put in a new I don't know, base station, whatever they call it, substation, into that, which has allowed us to move some bits around. So not only has that upgraded the power to Latimer Park, but it's also allowed us now. Obviously, previously we couldn't use a high ab to crane things in around that, because it was dangerous with electric pylon, electric substation being up in the air. So what we've been able to do now, as you'll see, the cabins are now missing. So it allowed us to move the cabins. From that side of the pitch, and then now. Here. So that is the media cabin, and that's the old Burton cabin over that side. So that's a major upgrade. We've also, I'll give you the view. We've also put the new gangtree up. So the gangtree now is above the blue Kettering Town stand, and that gives a view. So you're getting a much better, hopefully. It's definitely higher than the last one. So that's what we've got up here. What we didn't complete this year, and that's down to costing, we were going to run the terracing. So the terrace was going to run from where it ends there, all the way down to the corner flag. But due to funds, we pulled that. That's not happened. Club shop. So we've now got a club shop, and we've got a dedicated control room, and attached to that is an updated and upgraded fans medical room. So those are a couple of things I'll nip through, show you some of those bits after. But yeah, that's the biggest change really, is the power. So that will allow us to finish the kitchen renovation upstairs. Also should mean that we're not drawing power and we're having problems with lights cutting out, but we've had to run quite a bit of cable to get that in. So there's a lot of expense gone into that, which apart from walking over the top of it, you won't even notice it's occurred. But that's just the way it is. Also moving the media hut. Obviously, those of you all would have seen the speaker systems. That was all wired into the media hut. So moving the media hut also required us to rewire the speakers, or reroute the speaker cables. So that's all tickety-boo. We didn't upgrade the media hut. Again, one of the projects was going to be to actually upgrade it and actually put it inside a container. In the end, all we've done is basically lift it, move it. They have made the studio slightly bigger, or reconfigured the way the studio works. But again, at some stage that will be upgraded. So one of the updates or new things from this off season is obviously the club shop, and we have, as you can see, home and away shirts available. Not fully stocked as yet. There's still some different types of merchandise we're looking to get in that will hopefully attract more people to come and buy stuff in the shop. If people have got ideas what they'd like, let us know, and if we can facilitate that, of course we will. But yeah, so at least we've got a permanent shop now, so hopefully people will come and buy some stuff. Okay, so this is the old electric, and that is the new electric. So I think you can see from there the big change. Okay, so another area that over the last 2 seasons really has been improved. Obviously Gary and Sarah did a lot of work last year, but to finish that off, new carpets have gone down, new screens are in. These screens are now wired up as well, so we've got more control over what we can put. So that gives us a bit more opportunity for getting sponsors, logos out, and things like that. So over the season, I think you'll see things change slightly from a media point of view with inside the clubhouse. But I think you'll all agree that it's a marked improvement on how it was when we arrived. So that's pretty much us done in this area of the clubhouse for the moment. Okay, so something else that people ask a lot of questions about is the Future Lions and how does that work, along with the other teams that obviously we're involved with. Quick demonstration, really. We've actually got a couple of lads come over from Antigua that are part of the Future Lions development program. They were delayed coming over. It was Steve Kinney went over a couple of years ago, and there were some trials being run, and these guys have been identified. So they're just trying to demonstrate the pathway. So the idea being we're scouting players from all over, and the reason we have different teams at different levels is that we can then provide an internal pathway for players. So we're not relying on other clubs, and we're not relying on other coaches to try and bring the players on. So we're trying to find the best opportunities for players, whether that be in the UK, Africa, America, China, South America. We're giving the players the direct opportunity to work with inside our organisation and play for teams where we can control the level of coaching they get, we can control their progression. So it's hopefully means that some of the lads that you'll see in the UK will end up doing well in America, and likewise, hopefully we're going to bring some talent from across the world to the UK. So I'll just introduce you to these two lads. Right, so we're here with Frankie. He's been training the boys for the week. How are you getting on?
Very well. Very hungry, very keen to practice. Always want to be playing, so it's good.
How do they compare to the boys that obviously they've been with the elite youth? How they managed with that? They've been up to speed with that.
They have. What you always find is hotter climates. You always get good technical players. Sometimes they lack a little bit on the intensity, whereas they've got thrown straight in with the elite boys, and they was right up to scratch. So I was really impressed, mainly with the intensity they was able to play at.
Right, let's see what the boys have to say. Right, so it is, I don't know, what do you reckon, Frankie, 23 degrees today? 23 degrees today, and in full, even got the leggings on. So
my name is Troy Jules. I'm from Antigua and Barbuda. I currently was playing for Pickers Boys in the Premier League in Antigua and Barbuda Football Association. It's been good for the first couple of days. Enjoy playing with the elite boys. They push us as players, and for the past couple of days it was very good.
Right.
For me, any opportunity for us as the Caribbean players are very good opportunities. They're big dreams. Every big dreams has small beginnings. So it doesn't matter where I start from.
My name is Amali Colburn, and I'm from Antigua, Barbuda. I was currently playing with a team called by the name of Green City FC from Antigua. They're currently in the first division right now in Antigua and Barbuda.
Cool.
It's very nice. I love it here because the climate is pretty, nice. Where I'm from, it's very hot, so I enjoy the weather over here.
Yeah, you've not done a winter yet, so you've seen the best of the UK so far, but yeah.
So far, well, I'm here for this trial, so I like to be very successful with this trial because we Antiguans we never really got a lot of opportunities like this before. So I'm very thankful for this opportunity, and I'd like to get successful in this.